Hello everyone, welcome back. I am going to do a little mini reading of the reading that I do when you purchase a relationship reading. This one I'm using only 4 decks, but normally I use all my decks. So bottoms of the deck, Queen of Swords, the Sun. We have this beautiful Neptunian fantasy energy. And then I can't face you right now. I am going to draw signifiers. So what this represents is thoughts, feelings, and kind of actions in the near future, possibly. Normally I would have another full stack of the future. So we had one fall out. 5-5, creative expression, the electric. I'm going to put it back. And then we do like a full advice. You have 9-9 unification aligning with abundance. He has, wow, 9-9 harmonize, let your light shine. Very similar to the peacock card that's been coming out all the time. 8-8 queen, divine feminine for the shared energy. My setup right now is not the best. Okay, 8-8 speak your truth. So we have 9-9, 8-8 express yourself. Interesting mirrored energies. I have felt very strong mirroring in the collective lately. And we have, wow, we have whale. He has turtle. I think these were the same ones. These are exact same ones. I just did a private reading and those 3 were the same. I can't remember. Yes, that was the same. I have a really hard time remembering when I channel. Okay, skunk spirit, know your worth. So we have trust the great mystery, slow and steady wins the race, and learn from the past. So let's see these. I definitely do not look at them before I read. Oh, that's so interesting because in that reading, there was a very particular feeling of strength coming through on the divine feminine side, though the card didn't show itself. Whenever I get this, I see myself having kids with you cards. It's that creative energy where you want to come together with someone and create is what I feel. Ace of Swords, Orchid, and Angel of Strength all upright. You know, the thoughts I'm getting and picking up here are just very much about treating this, first of all, treating yourself as this very special and creative being that you are, and recognizing how strong you are, but also seeing that mirrored in your partner in their own special way. Whenever we have the crow like this and the infinity sign and the spiral, there's something here telling me that maybe you have healed some of that negative self-talk, and that has helped you be stronger. Because when we're constantly, tearing ourselves down inside, this is very weak, it's a weak feeling. You're not empowered, you're not strong. And I feel like you have really risen in your own self-concept and your own self-worth and been able to appreciate that, how, oh wow, God, oh my gosh. You got double sun, how beautiful it is that you have this strength now. Look at that. Double sun. There's a lot of similarities to the reading, that the last personal reading I did, but this beautiful card, which of course it looks like Christ energy, healer of the ages, mastering their internal energy by having passed through a spiritual test. I don't really like that particular phrase, but we'll use it to show, again, the sun is truth, right? The light. I want to be with you. This is beautiful energy. I do sort of wish I had more cards here. Maybe I'll take 2 from this deck because I'm feeling drawn towards it. This desire to acknowledge and be able to, I don't have movement cards and I don't have cards of speaking these truths, but they are within the feelings. My friends know I'm not over you. I still fantasize about us together. You are on his mind. So, very, and then how could you want me on the bottom? Very similar to this energy. And, underneath that we have this beautiful kind of inner knowing, spiritual depth, divinely ordained energy where you recognize that there is this kind of contact and bond that feels unbreakable here to me, especially with the animal cards we have here. They're very ancient, very big, and very, they hold great wisdom in them. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Wow, Death card. So these are very, very similar cards, and I often see a mirroring like between the thoughts and feelings crosswise. But, look at how similar these cards are. So in your feelings, you have this transformation. Everything I do for our future. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Magician in the mirror. What I instantly get is not necessarily related so much to this union, but you changing your own feelings regarding what you can make happen. And God, this is interesting. I get legacy here. I'm not exactly sure why, but this desire to, kind of transform your life's wisdom into a legacy of sorts, where you kind of leave the world better than you found it, or you leave your family better than you found it, or you create something more permanent, more meaningful to you. I think right now, the energy that's coming off this card is more about, why have I created what I've created in my life? And does it amount to reflect my worth? Like, this is all about you recognizing how much you have to give the world, how much value you have, and the change that needs to happen so that's reflected in your life, which is very, very powerful. So that's not the right card, but I miss holding you. 4 of Pentacles, Journey, Rose Pink. So there's just this deep, deep longing to be with you and to hold you again from him. And him thinking about it and having these feelings that are being heavily guarded. I heard something about this card the other day and I was like, that's so interesting. I feel like he recognizes something, like he's matured in a way of understanding the two of you have, we went from the 1 to the 2, and actually the card under that is the 3. And there's something about him recognizing the fact that this relationship was and will always be meant to be in a way that kind of defies understanding and logic, and it's okay for him to acknowledge your true beauty and your true importance. Maybe that is something that has been held back from you for a long time. Like, you never got to hear these words spoken. And his journey has taught him so much. And one of the things it seems to have taught him is, if you don't take opportunities and you don't express things, you kind of leave it up to chance, and you take what you get. You know, either you're the creator, wow, of it, or you're the kind of, it's not a victim. It's more like you're in a river and you're either directing where you're going by swimming, or you're being dragged along by the current. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, this makes sense in a way. These two cards together are super powerfully representing you moving on from a period of time that was very difficult and heavy for you. I feel it in my heart, and I feel this very strong, you see, you got the 6, but it's upside down, and you have 9, 9, and then this is the Fool card in this deck, the 0. And again, we're talking about maturing, Saturn energy here, responsibility, acknowledging that you're capable of having discipline and having structure and building some kind of legacy in your life. All these cards are pointing to that in this very interesting way. And the interesting way is that this relationship and this journey, you know, is giving me strong, like, phoenix energy. In fact, none of the cards that I used would have had a phoenix on them, I don't believe, but I am, through this, like, angel of strength and rainbow, getting this very phoenix energy where you perhaps burned your old self to the ground and are so I'm getting like chills all down my right side, and it may have to do with your father's side of the family, or your father, or how you interact with a father type image. Could be a boss or a husband or a brother or something like that. But you may have burnt everything down to ash, and maybe rising from that. It's very poetic, yes, but it's also very much like, you know, they're kind of showing me everything was incinerated onto the ground, and then it's basically this is like the most poetic thing I've ever said in a reading, because I'm very practical usually, but it's like watered by your tears, and this beautiful kind of plant, new legacy is growing out of this crack, right? It's this triple sun. He's had the sun 3. Oh my God. Wow, this is so beautiful, honestly. Triple sun, the world in reverse, the magician. Your smile makes me melt. This is like the sweetest energy I have felt in a very long time. Just, this is obviously, the magician comes after the fool, so there is this energy on his side of manifesting and helping you begin this new journey from afar. And it may not feel that way to your mind. It may feel very, very different. And I do want to point out, you had a 9 and he has a 29. There's like kind of mirrored numbers all over this reading, but in a way, you know, he sees you as this truth in the light and sort of a mentor, and from afar, he's helping you to manifest this beautiful new beginning through his energy, and you're both sending and receiving at the same time. Obviously, this reading has had a lot of sirens in it, and there may be times when you have felt that, you know, all I'm getting is like life will never be the same after this. But in a lot of ways, it does just continue on this journey. It feels in a lot of ways, you know, him getting this journey card is important. And, you know, you got like a 0 and a 1 and a 2 here. And that it just continues on and on and on. You know, look at the two signifiers you guys got, the whale and the turtle. I don't know how old they are, but I know it's very, very old. And they continue on in their form, right? Living in their life. And, you know, I'm just getting this very interesting message. It's like, you may have at one point thought your life was about something, and now it's entirely about something different, or it will be. I'm just going to take this card that fell out. Parvati, the goddess of devotion for you. I am a love that doesn't leave, and when I commit to love, my soul evolves. So I think I said this in your thoughts, that I felt very much this along this lines of how committed you are to your own soul's journey and your own life and becoming the person that you want to be. The mother of believers, I am spiritually and financially abundant, and I provide heaven and earth for myself. That's for him. So having that autonomy. And then mistress of the labyrinth, Arya Din, my soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. And Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge, the essence of who I am, flows effortlessly into everything I create. And that's very much about that creative energy of the journey and creating the legacy of your life, who you want to be and are becoming. So you have here the divine feminine, Bridget of inner strength. And I did touch on that inner strength. It's very strong. You can call on this inner strength, move back to wholeness. This healing that you needed to do, it seems you've completed or are close to completing it. Recognize that you have the power to empower yourself. Wow. So I mentioned the crow. Again, he may be now healing what you were healing before and have completed with that negative self-talk healing. Freya, phases and cycles. There's a beginning within every ending, and illusions are revealed and released. I love that. Wow. Very powerful card. Mary Magdalene, the teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. And then focused intention. Think about what you desire and set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. I normally get these. I was trying to make these a bit shorter. Oh, it's still quite short for my readings, because normally when I do this, it's about an hour and goes much further in depth. Obviously, there's more cards. And then a whole future section. So I am trying to do a couple readings today before I leave on my trip so I can have them. Maybe I'll do the future section next. So we do have the Tower on the bottom of the deck. In this deck, we have a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. As I said, I felt that very strong Phoenix energy from you, that your heart is just being renewed. And there may have been people or situations in your life that thought you would just crumble you would just stop or give up. And I feel strongly they do not know who they are dealing with. And not in like this negative way, but just how strong you are, and that they've only made you stronger. Spirit's telling you here to go to the waters, go to take a break. Whether that's an afternoon, a weekend, a week, whatever it is for you. It may even be a bath or going to the ocean, whatever it is. You need to recognize through rest and play here that you may be clinging to outdated ideas about yourself that can be let go of now. Again, he has the journey card. What are you being called to journey to? Where are you being called to journey to? And then empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature very much. Another water card where through these eclipses, things may need to be cleansed, released. For those of you with fire moons, you may want to work with fire. You definitely need to connect with your inner child. This is beautiful. So beautiful. Wow. Oh my gosh, wow. So the bottoms of the deck, you have a Master Teacher card, the Awakening Crystal, this New Beginning card, which is the Fool in this deck, and then Diopside. So you can work with these crystals, coaxinite, Awakening Crystal, and then Diopside, which is Mother Earth assisting this journey for you. Your inner child is expanding rapidly, like in your self-love journey. Working with rose quartz can help that. I feel, sorry, this is a very unusual message. Some of you may have been like physically disciplined, and there is a need to kind of soothe that memory, reduce that memory, and replace that memory in particular, so you're not so resistant to like physicality of people, physicality of things, intimacy and touch. You'll know if that is for you. He has a familiar around him that's working with him, and there is a past life. Oh my gosh, you got such a beautiful card. It's like my favorite dragon. Okay, this past life healing energy is very strong between you two right now. As I said, giving and receiving at the same time, recognizing that though you are very different, you are equally powerful, and that the love that you have for each other is very transformative, not only for you, but the world. I'm gonna cry. There's so much transformation that can be brought through the understanding of your union, that I really don't get into scare tactics at all, but I do want to say that there may be resistance from things around you, people around you, because it's so powerful. Really just focus on the power and the strength and the beauty and the love, and that will overcome this. Use the violet flame. Transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It is time for transformation. So Death card again here on your side. Magic and healing offer service under grace. Wow. You guys have really powerful dragons assisting you. Emerald Dragon brings healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming, and let your thoughts support your divine perfection. Align with your fifth dimensional blueprint. It's really saying like see See the higher, oh, you got the Death card here. Again, see the higher version of yourself. Tap into that via your imagination and your inner child. The parts of you that have always been calling you to become them, embody that. Expand your light for ascension. This is one of the dragons that holds the quill for writing. Be a peaceful warrior. Help those in need. Remember your magnificence. Exactly. Have trust. Rediscover wisdom. Expect miracles. Accept opportunities. Brings the leap of joy that opens new doors. And we'll get a few messages and I'll be done. What a beautiful reading this has been. They always like tie it up for me with these gorgeous advice cards. Like, it's just astounding to me the way it happens, but this is particularly beautiful. Death card. You know, you're gonna have to let go of some things. That's just the way that this is, and they want you to focus on where you're going, not where you've been. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And it's just like, there's a lot of power and strength right now in focusing on what you have and not what you don't have. I'll say that much. And of course, we're constantly taught to like be grateful, but and yes, be grateful for sure. But really, the gratitude they want you to see is within your creative powers, how you have created all that you've lived, and you can create what you want to live too. And the more that you recognize that, the more natural it will be for you. And so it says emotions are a natural and necessary part of life. They can destroy your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. And I feel like this has been a very strong kind of Neptunian influence here, where Neptune has been in Pisces for a really long time now. And that will be ending. And I feel in that end, there will be a lot of recognition of kind of the journey that you have had to go through without knowing a lot of things. And so it says, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way, right? Have gratitude for the love that you are, the love that you can give, and all the love that is given to you, because it's a very strong message in this reading that we're always giving and receiving at the same time. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Your dream is soon to become a reality, and trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And so manifesting miracles is what is available to you now. As you speak your truth, you express yourself, you are honest with what it is that you truly desire, and you move in that direction. And remember this beautiful Phoenix energy that you're going through, and that everything will be restored to you that is rightfully yours, that you need on this journey, and you don't lack anything. All right? Sending all my love. Bye for now.